Want to learn more about turning viewers into subscribers? Keep on watching. When it comes to YouTube, many creators are always looking for a way to find more subscribers. What they fail to recognize, though, is that a lot of the time, what they need to do is focus on the people who are watching their videos but are not yet subscribed. And in most cases, it can take more exposures to a certain creator before they will finally commit and hit that subscribe button. In fact, in our own analytics, it shows that only about 20% of our viewers are actually subscribed to us. So if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button down below. Now, when you're evaluating the relationship between creator and the viewer, you're going to see a few different things come into play. One of the key things that we need to focus on as creators is making sure that we have a know, like, and trust factor with our audience. So what does that mean? Much like you wouldn't go on a blind date and then expect to get married after that very first encounter, we need to give our audience a little bit of time to warm up to us and know us and like us. So there's a few things that we can do to build and foster that relationship with viewers, old and new alike, so that they are then convinced to want to hit that subscribe button. One way to build trust with your audience is to actually talk about things that are exciting to you. People can definitely tell if you're putting on a show or you're not really interested in the topic that you're talking about. So making sure that you're making content that is actually true to who you are and what you like to talk about can be such an important factor. And when you make videos that resonate with people on a personal level, they want to hit that button and subscribe to you so they can continue to follow along with the journey because they are interested in the same topics. Now, when you're making videos online, it's always fun to be clever, but what's actually better than being clever is being very clear. When you are transparent with what you want from your audience, whether that is to like your video or to subscribe to you, make sure that you tell them what it is that you want and you don't actually play the games, and worst yet, list 7 things to do. I want you to like this video and hit that bell and subscribe and turn on notifications and stand up and sit down and raise your hand up and then yell woohoo. Are you confused yet? Because you're like, I don't know what you want me to actually do. Pick one thing, have it be a simple call to action. Don't confuse people. More often than not, a confused audience does nothing. Now, another thing that can go a very long way in helping to strengthen the relationship you have with your audience and get them to hit the subscribe button and be invested in you is, of course, to respond to as many comments as you can and in a timely manner. If someone has taken the time out of their day to respond to a comment on a video that you've made, absolutely, it is worth your while to spend time responding to those comments as quickly as possible with an insightful answer, perhaps even a question, so it encourages them to write something back in response. But acknowledging them and actually strengthening that relationship will definitely go a long way. Even if you only have a limited amount of time to respond to YouTube comments, one way to fly through them and answer more in the same amount of time is by using TubeBuddy's canned responses, especially for those times when you have commonly asked questions that you get again and again. You can save these responses as a canned response and simply start your comment with them, and then you can always pepper in some personal comment as an extra touch. And one awesome benefit of using the TubeBuddy mobile app, you still have access to all of the same canned responses from the browser version, which is amazing because YouTube Studio app does not have that. And it's such a great way to make sure that you direct people sometimes to another video, sometimes to a playlist, or sometimes an answer to a frequently asked question. Now, we recently made a video about YouTube Analytics for beginners and where to get started when you're a little confused. So if you missed that video, I'm going to link it up here in the card so you can take a look at that. One of the things, though, that you can look at with your analytics is what time are your viewers online, and use that information to post videos where the majority of them will be online. One thing that you can also do to build your credibility as well as your watch time is to direct people to similar type of videos after they have completed a video of a certain type of subject. By building up more credibility or making yourself a subject matter expert on a particular type of topic and increasing your trust level, that can also increase the level and likelihood of someone hitting the subscribe button to you on your channel. Something that you can do to personalize yourself in the way of your viewers' eyes is to actually let them have an inside glimpse into your life, whether that's just some funny jokes, inside stories, bloopers from your own videos. As long as it doesn't get in the way of the delivery of what it is that your video is promising them and is thrown in as a bonus, it can go a long way in building your relationship with your viewers. Question of the day: how many videos do you typically watch from a creator before you decide to hit the subscribe button, and what was it that tipped you over the edge? Comment down below. An exciting and new update from YouTube themselves. They are rolling out and expanding the use of the community tab on channels that have more than 500 subscribers. So if this is you, congratulations, and you should absolutely be using the community tab to connect and communicate with your audience. You could be using polls, you could be asking questions, you could be promoting your latest videos. You should really use this tab to communicate and build and foster that relationship with your viewers, especially if you're not posting content very frequently. You can always post in your community tab and keep up to date with your audience. I hope this video has given you a few ways to focus on turning your existing viewers into future subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time, too, buddies. Bye.